where's David at? We're supposed to film this tray mod. Well, let's just check out the tray, so see if we can get some shots of it. Whoa! Hey, David! You ever do any real work around here?
What? Oh, hey. Yeah, I'm just testing out this new tray mod. Let me hop down and we'll talk all about it. David again with another mod here with ROA. We're with another reboot today, continuing our series of reboot modifications. Today we have something I'm really excited about. It's a tray from MORryde that you can slide out, utilize this really large pass-through space that comes with every reboot. This is from MORryde. We wanted to find something that would fit with the rest of the components that Pause and MORryde are already in close partnership with each other. So we decided to just add another MORryde product to the trailer. So this roamer, they specifically wanted the storage slide, but also the ability to put in a small fridge, because they optioned the outdoor kitchen from Pause, the one that goes over the wheel well. And so since they have that, the one thing that doesn't have is a fridge. And so by adding this slide, it now gives you the ability to roll out a fridge along with storing other items as well to really utilize this space. And so that's essentially what we're doing with this specific mod here. To show you the fridge, this is actually the one we found. So this is the fridge we found that will fit with the tray and still fit the clearance of the pass-through compartment. It's not huge, but that's okay. It gets the deal done. It's a 23-quart fridge, which equates to about 21 and a half, 22 liters. And that also equates to about 32 cans of soda or beer in some cases. It does fit a good amount, and it does utilize this space. Otherwise, you're dealing with no fridge, and it's just expanding upon your interior fridge and freezer that you already have. One thing that we are doing with this mod is we're also installing a 12-volt outlet for this to plug into. That way it can run off of batteries and not have to use the inverter. It'll use less power, and we'll just be strapping it down as well. The idea is we're gonna be putting it around here. The tray is fully extended. It's an 80% extension, so that means 80% of the tray extends out of the compartment that it's installed in. So the plan was to install it right here, which once it's fully extended, you can access it easily. Which still leaves storage on the back end and obviously here on the front end, and not be too much travel for the cord as well for when it's plugged in. Something else that's really cool about this tray, it is rated for up to 500 pounds. We tested it with myself. That's why I was in there, of course. I'm about 200 pounds and got up here. It didn't shake at all when I stood on it and crawled on it. That was really encouraging. We also put 300 pounds worth of batteries on it as well. And the only thing we noticed is when it was fully extended, to get it back in, you did have to lift a little bit to engage the mechanism. But once it started rolling, it was perfectly fine. We also had most of that weight to this side of the tray. So odds are you're not gonna have batteries on this tray, especially 2 of them were lead acid batteries, so they're gonna weigh a lot more. But also you're probably gonna displace the weight a little bit more across the entire tray. So definitely for this install and for us installing it into the floor of the trailer, definitely 300 pounds, you're more than capable of handling that, especially when you're going off-road. If you want to exceed that, again, it is rated for 500, but it's rated for 500 for your standard American RV. So if you're do intend on taking your reboot off-road, then that's just something to consider. The more you're gonna bounce it around, the more that weight limit might come down. So just something to keep in mind. Definitely think up to 300 pounds is fine, but it's really up to you. I don't really know how you could exceed 300 pounds with this, again, unless you are putting like batteries or maybe a generator that fits. One other really cool thing about this tray, and let me go ahead and pull it all the way in so you can see that. Just like that, that's what it looks like when it's completely inside. This is the handle to extend it, to bring it out. You also still have some storage space along both sides, especially right here all the way to the compressor. But one thing that's really cool that I like how this came out on this end, it works out perfectly because you can keep storage if you have anything that's easily accessible from your driver's side compartment. You can keep that here. However, if you have like just one big item, or maybe you don't need the space, you can just pull that out, and then this tray actually extends both ways. So now here it is fully extended towards the driver's side. Obviously it doesn't come out as far because it's not mounted as close to the compartment entryway, but this now gives you the ability to access anything on this tray. So whether you do decide to go with a fridge, or you're just using it purely for storage, or maybe there's another usage, your service advisor may be able to help you figure out. Ultimately, you can access this tray from either side. Another thing we can do is just mount it directly in the center of the compartment, so then you have essentially half of this space on either side. You'll be maximizing your both driver and passenger side accessibility if we mount it centered. But again, in this case, the roamer wanted the fridge to use with the outside kitchen, which is on the passenger side. So that was kind of the big factor with how we installed this one. So if this is something you're interested in, this compartment is just so big and just allows so many possibilities that we can be creative with. If you have an alternate idea, or if you like the tray idea and maybe want to do something different with it, we've also done 12-volt USBs and cigarette outlets in this compartment. So if you just have something you want to charge while on the road, we can install those as well. So we can really be flexible with this space. But yeah, if you're interested in this tray, this is the largest one we were able to find that fits within this compartment. There's also smaller ones that will fit as well if you know, there's an alternative planned usage for the space. So just let us know, let your service advisor know if that's something you're interested in, if you've placed an order for a Reboot 19.4 or 19.6, and we'll work on making that happen for you and get your roamer ready.